I'm always going to find this type of Winnie the Pooh really creepy. I much prefer the animation. But I'm always going to watch them as well, particularly the shorts, the informational, educational shorts that were made in the 80s, because I always find them so fascinating. Pooh's Great School Bus Adventure was released in 1986, and it's a 15-minute short about how to safely use the school bus. Now, I first thought, what can be that dangerous about being on a school bus? But it's actually about how to safely wait for the bus, how to safely get off the bus and cross the road. And it touches upon things you shouldn't do when on the bus, such as, shouting at the driver. So actually, I think it's got a good message. This kind of thing would not be that useful in the UK. School buses, for us, are not really a thing. We do have buses that are designated for students, but it's not quite as big a thing here. So I liked the message of it, and I actually feel like it had some pretty decent songs in it, but it was still creepy. The designs of the costumes for these characters are just so weird. Some of them look okay. Tigger, I thought, looked particularly good. And I have to say as well, I was actually pleasantly surprised by the voices. I have seen similar things like this, where the characters are voiced by, people who are obviously not the animation voices, by which I mean Pooh Bear is voiced by Hal Smith, not voiced by Jim Cummings here. And I actually really liked the voices. Piglet, a little bit hit and miss, but for the most part they were quite recognisable, and I thought the voices were a pretty decent match to the animation voices that we know and love. So it was recognisable. I mean, certainly the characters were recognisable, and the instructions were pretty clear. Things like stepping 3 big steps back from the curb, or walking several paces in front of the bus before crossing the road. My advice there would have been go to a crossing. I feel like if a school bus is going to be stopping somewhere, there should be a crossing guard. I don't know if you have lollipop people in America. I don't believe so. But there should be some kind of crossing person there. There should be somebody on the bus who then gets off with the children, helps them cross the road, then gets back on the bus, and the bus goes to the next stop. That would make the most sense. Maybe some places do that in some states, I don't know. There was also kind of a narrative to it. The reason they got on the bus is because they discovered what they assumed was Christopher Robin's brown paper lunch bag. So they decided to get onto the bus to go and give it to him. Now, I do have one question. If Christopher Robin takes the bus to school, how would the bus not actually yet arrived in order for Pooh Bear and the gang to get on it? I don't understand how Christopher Robin otherwise got to school. Maybe somebody drove him there, I don't know. But I feel like that was a little bit of an oversight that, granted, the target audience is probably not going to pick up on. In all, I think it got the message across. It put a bit of effort in by having a narrative there rather than just saying, hey, we're on a bus, this is what you have to do. There were no other children on the school bus as well. It was just them, so that was a bit weird. It was like a private ride to the school. I don't know. I really don't know. But ultimately, it wasn't as creepy as I thought. If you like this kind of thing and kind of like those old safety videos, a lot of them are really funny. But actually, this one is pretty decent. And really, it's not that bad.